Hey everyone, Mitch coming in from the Commander's Core Studio. Welcome to the show. So on today's episode, I've got an exciting one for you. Hidden gems, some underrated commanders that are shockingly powerful. Let's jump into them. First up, many players make this mistake, and with Lurrus of the Dream Den, that is definitely happening. Only at rank 757, because of many words, but one word in particular on this card. We'll get to that first after we talk about the actual card itself. A 3/2 Cat Nightmare for 3 mana in Orzhov. Okay, we've talked about that. Here we go. The word is Companion. Companion is a word that many players just bucket commanders into. They say, oh, okay, it's a companion. And then they forget that they can actually use it as a commander too, and they should. Now, as a companion, it's pretty cool, but you can just ignore that because we're talking about this in the context of it being a commander. So, that restriction does not apply. Each permanent card in your starting deck is converted mana cost of 2 or less. Does not apply to this deck. Though, that being said, you're going to want to utilize a lot of cards that are converted mana cost 2 or less. This has lifelink, and also, during each of your turns, you may cast up to one permanent spell, converted mana cost 2 or less from your graveyard. This is amazing graveyard value. Amazing graveyard recursion. Kind of like a mini Muldrotha, again, but just for 3 mana out of your command zone. Being able to just get permanents back out of your graveyard and reuse them again and again and again. You do so many cool things with this. I mean, just think about Mishra's Bauble. Yeah, again, not the best Bauble in the world. Wayfarer's Bauble is that one. Mishra's Bauble, very close though. Very good card. Artifact for 0. Tap, sacrifice. Look at the top card of target player's library. But more importantly, draw a card at the beginning next turn's upkeep. Now, the information that you're getting off the top player's library is quite nice. That being said, the most important thing is literally repeat card advantage. Yes, it is delayed card draw, but still it is, again, for free. On every single one of your turns, you go, okay, I replay this, I sacrifice it, cool. I replay this, I sacrifice it, cool. I replay this, I sacrifice it, and you get so much card advantage out of this. Or you can utilize a card like Kami of False Hope. Again, Muldrotha's version would be Spore Frog. This is your version, exact same thing. 1/1 Spirit for a single white mana, sacrifice it, parental combination we dealt this turn. Being able to keep getting this back out again and again and again, you can make it so that you can really negate combats and really, disincentivize opponents from attacking you. Or just, decimate their armies with the Cursed Marauder. Hey, a 2/1 Zombie Warrior for 2 mana, that's nice, but also ETB, everyone sacrifices a non-token creature. You'll just sacrifice this one again and again and again, and your opponents will have to sacrifice much more valuable creatures. So, yeah, you are able to just decimate the board. Or protect your own board with Selfless Spirit, a 2/1 Spirit Cleric with flying for 2 mana, sacrifice it, creature control get indestructible till end of turn, being able to essentially go, you know what, I don't like what's going on here. Or maybe you cast the Wrath yourself, and you're like, I like what's going on here. Hey, let's Wrath, let's sacrifice this, let's protect my board, and all of a sudden turn into a one-sided board wipe. Of course, also, you can really go heavily into Aristocrat style with this kind of a commander. Umbral Collar Zealot, a great card, a 3/2, sacrifice another creature or artifact, surveil 1. Being able to go, hey, you know what we're going to do with this? We are going to sacrifice things for value. We're going to get that Aristocrat style engine going. And of course, fill my graveyard. Because again, with this commander, your graveyard is kind of like an extension of your hand. So any of those kind of entomb effects can really help you out as well. A great commander, again, one that gets slept on, one that gets forgotten because players literally see the word companion on a card and they're like, well, that's a companion. Yeah, okay. Oh, wait, I can build that as a commander too. Yeah, you can build it as a commander. Just ignore the words. Again, there are so many cards out there that have too many words on them, and players are like, well, that one part doesn't apply to me. Okay, ignore that. It doesn't matter. Build around it. It is an amazing, fantastic, value-centric commander that, again, is low to the ground and so much fun. Check it out. Pick it up. Build around it. Next up, yep, I'm doing it. Phage the Untouchable, rank 764. This is an underrated commander because, well, it can lose you the game. Anyways, a 4/4 avatar minion for 7 mana in black. Enters the battlefield. If you didn't cast it from your hand, you lose the game. Here's the thing. Don't do that. Don't cast it from outside your hand, except for in specific circumstances where you can get around that. Again, you can, if you really want to, build a joke deck, sure, and be like, yeah, I cast it, I lose, ha ha ha, alright, bye everyone, I'm leaving the LGS forever. I mean, you guess you don't do that, I would say, but what you can do with this one, again, is build ways to get around that incredible downside because it has an insane upside. Whenever it deals combination to a creature, destroy it. Get regenerated. Okay, it's got like death touch basically. Okay, cool. All right, is that so good? Oh wait, no, it's got like player death touch. Whenever it deals counter to a player, they lose the game. Again, it doesn't matter that this is a 4/4. All that matters is literally if this hits an opponent, they are gone, which is insane. There are basically no other creatures that do that at all, except for like Lord of Extinction, which, I mean, I guess that's more conditional based on power. But still, anyways, this is a card that essentially says, hey, you know what? All you need to do is get me out somehow. Again, start trying to find different ways to get me out because, again, the command zone really throws a little, wrench in the plans of, hey, just casting this normally. And then all of a sudden, swing, get through, and hit an opponent. Now, we've got actually a good amount of ways these days to essentially go, you know what, let's get around this whole downside. Netherborn Altar is a great one. Tap, put a soul counter on it. Put your commander in your hand for the command zone. Then you lose 3 life for each soul counter on it. Now, life is a resource in Commander. You're completely fine. Don't worry about your life total. I mean, early on in the game, of course. Later in the game, yeah, maybe a little bit more. But also, you've got ways to essentially gain a ton of life as well. I mean, you're in black. Gary, Merchant of Asphodel. Gary. Great Merchant of Asphodel, also known as Gary. There we go. Is a great way to gain a ton of life. We got a lot of ways to gain a lot of life. We got ways to swap life totals, to reset life totals. Don't worry about it. Utilize this to essentially go, oh, okay, yeah, I got around the massive game-losing downside of my commander. How about Campfire? Hey, look, we can gain life with this. Artifact for 1, pay 1 tap, gain 2 life. But more importantly, pay 2 tap, exile, put all commanders you own for the command zone and your graveyard in your hand, then shuffle your graveyard in your library. Yeah, a great way to just go, okay, I want my commander now. Okay, cool. Now it's in my hand. All right, I can play it now. Thank you. Or how about Torpor Orb? Creatures entering the battlefield don't cause abilities to trigger. Yeah, you just shut down any kind of ETBs. Now, obviously, this can also shut down opponents' ETBs, which is absolutely massive. But yeah, it shuts down that giant downside of ETB, you lose the game. Yeah, that is well worth it. So yeah, this is definitely a card that can really help you out and decimate opponents. Or how about Garrick's Son of Yawgmoth? Yeah, again, we've got a massive amount of, well, ritual type effects in this color combination, mono black. But also a way to essentially go, you know what? Those black pips don't matter at all. We're just going to reduce those down to just 2 life each. Again, life is a resource. Utilize it. For each black and cost, you may pay 2 life rather than pay that mana. Basically turns all your black symbols into Phyrexian mana. Being able to go, hey, you know what? My commander now just costs 3 mana to cast. So again, even though it could cost a good amount, you can get it out like super early in this kind of a strategy with this kind of a deck. And of course, when your commander is out, something as simple as like a Prowler's Helm can be game ending. Your opponent's gonna be like, excuse me, is that a Phage with a Prowler's Helm? Yes. Do you have any walls? No. Okay, you lose. Yeah, equipped creature can't be blocked except by walls. Yeah, being able to just go, all right, my commander's coming right through and you lose is quite fun. A one-shot KO, again, that can be at 1,000,000 life. It doesn't matter. You're like, hit you with my 4/4 and you lose the game. Goodbye. Of course, there's plenty of other ways to get through as well. I mean, Swamp Walk kind of things as well. I mean, Trailblazers, there's plenty of ways to get through. Phage the Untouchable, though, again, a commander that many just overlook because they're like, well, it wasn't built for commander, obviously, because, if you cast it from the command zone, you lose. Yeah, I don't disagree, but here's the thing with this one. It doesn't matter. There's ways around it. You've got tutors in this color, obviously, as well. Go tutor for those things that can get your commander in your hand, that can help you just cheat it out, that can help you just not lose the game, and then win the game by taking your opponents out one at a time with it. Next up, a super weird one. Okay, sorry, Ashaya. You're not weird, all right? You're just... yeah, you're a little weird. Anyway, Star Elemental for 5 mana in green. Ashaya Soul, the Wild's power and toughness are each equal number of lands you control. Okay, that's normal. That's like, normal magic things. Non-token creatures you control are forest lands that show other types is not a normal magic thing. This is such a unique and amazing thing that essentially it's like, hey, you know what? We're just playing a completely different game, all right? Your creatures are all creatures. Mine are also lands, and forest lands at that, so they can tap for mana. Now, they are affected by Summoning Sickness because they are technically creatures as well, but still, being able to go, okay, every single one of my creatures on the board, essentially, that is non-token, can help me tap for mana, and also utilize other amazing things, and also when they're coming into play are technically lands as well, so do keep that in mind. Yeah, you can do some absolutely incredible, disgusting, amazing things with this, all while your commander becomes absolutely massive because, again, the number of lands you control plus the number of creatures you control equals the number of, well, lands you control, I guess, is the way to say that. And that's the power of this commander and toughness. So, yeah, being able to swing through and be like, yeah, I've got a 15/15, no big deal at all. Swinging! Goodbye. How about some weird things like Query and Ranger? Oh, my goodness. It's absolutely amazing with this type of a commander. A 1/1 elf for a single green mana. Return a force you control to its owner's hand. Untap target creature uses ability only once each turn. I bet, back in 1996 this card was made, the thought wasn't, well, I'm going to bounce one of my other creatures back to my hand with this. Yeah, no. Here's the thing with this one. Being able to go, all right, I untap anything I have. Again, untapping any of my creatures, basically just by freely bouncing back another creature, which is absolutely amazing. It is a great way to actually protect things as well. Again, if someone is targeting another one of your creatures, you're like, oh, hey, no. I'm bouncing it back to my hand. And also untapping something else. And even if it's just a creature that doesn't have like an activated ability other than just it being a forest now and that you can actually tap for mana, hey, you get a mana back for doing that too. So yeah, being able to utilize these kind of like weird interactions that are like, hey, it's a land, it's a forest, do whatever you need to do with it. It's absolutely amazing. Leyline of Abundance, another great card as well. It's in your opening hand. If you get it for free, again, it's a Leyline. You can just start off for free and play, which is lovely. Whenever you tap a creature for mana, add additional green. Yeah, every single one of your creatures is tapping for mana now. Amazing. Be able to just double up that mana, again, potentially for free just by getting this in play at the beginning of the game is lovely. You can also pay a lot of mana, which you're going to have, to put counters on each creature you control. Cool. Also, Ley Weaver, a 2/2 that partners with Lord Weaver, but ignore that. Anyways, tap, untap 2 target lands. I think Lord Weaver's in blue, actually. Anyways, tap, untap 2 target lands. Being able to just go, okay, yeah, you know what? Every single one of creatures is a land. Now I can untap any number of them, essentially with this, or any ones, I should say, not any number. Untap 2 of them. But still, being able to just go, yeah, you two, oh, cool. Untap, you got some amazing actual activated abilities. Cool. Or you just need to use a blocker. Awesome. It makes a ton of attacking you do really, really difficult. Speaking of which, Scoot Swarm. Again, I did mention this when I talked about the commander, but your creatures coming into play are also considered land still. So essentially, you get landfall triggers from them, which is crazy good. A 1/1 insect for 3 mana in green. Whenever a land you control enters, create a 1/1 green insect creature token. If you control 6 or more lands, create a token's copy of Scoot Swarm instead. No, this does not go infinite because, well, again, Ashaya does not say, hey, any creatures. No, it's non-token specific are lands. That being said, going, okay, anytime I play a land, or like, fetch a land with like Evolving Wilds or whatnot, or ramp, or just, hey, play a creature comes into play under my control that is non-token, yeah, I get a copy of Scoot Swarm. Yeah, if you've never played against Scoot Swarm, it is almost always the biggest threat on the table because it is exponential growth. And if you don't stop it early, you're not going to stop it at all. It could take over game and very easily win. How about Tireless Provisioner, though? Another great example of a landfall trigger that is amazing with this commander. A 3/2 that says, whenever a land you control enters, create a food token or a treasure token. Almost all the time, you're creating treasure tokens. In any ways, you're like, just, okay, I play a creature. Oh, cool. I get to store 1 mana that I can utilize whenever I want, essentially, just because I played a creature. Good for me. Again, Ashaya Soul of the Wild, again, a strange one, a weird one, an amazing one that can do so many cool things that players might not realize instead of being like, well, it can get really big. Yeah, I guess you get extra mana from your creatures. Sure, okay. Yeah, I guess. No, it can do so many cool things. Again, things that are like, oh yeah, Queer and Ranger, like, cares about forest, bringing them back to your hand. Awesome. Or, hey, landfall triggers. You can do so many amazing things. Check it out. Pick it up. Finally, Vnwxt, if that's how you say that. Again, there's no vowels at all. Verbose Host, a 0/4 homunculus for 2 mana in blue. Start your engines. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to bring this up right now. Is it strange that this creature type is homunculus that has vowels in it, but it doesn't have vowels in the name? You think that they make like a creature type for these that is like has no vowels in it? I don't know. Anyways, start your engines. Max speed. It starts at 1 and it creates to your turn. You know how max speed works, right? Okay, you get to 4. Okay, essentially, opponent has to lose life for you actually to gain that max speed. You have no max hand size. Max speed. If you draw a card, draw 2 cards instead. Yeah, again, this is one of the ones again where players just kind of ignore it in a way because they're like, well, okay, yeah, like, it's kind of derpy looking. I mean, I guess Aether Drift is kind of like a set where players kind of ignored it vastly in a way. Essentially, like, I just don't like it. Like, Wacky Racers, whatever. That doesn't mean there's not really cool and really powerful commanders out of it. And this is one of them. Again, super low to the ground, just 2 mana. Think about it in its final form. No maximum hand size, double up your card draw. My goodness, if this commander just started off with that, how much mana would this cost? I would say probably like at least 6, maybe 7. You're getting it for 2. Yeah, you've got to build to that again. You've got to start your engines, but there's plenty of cool ways to get there, essentially, especially in this color. A lot of very effective ways to do so. I mean, at the very least, again, like, Slitherblade. You got plenty of evasive low-to-the-ground creatures. Again, the quote-unquote flying men type cards, right? A 1/2 Naga Rogue for a single blue mana, can't be blocked. Just literally unblockable. That's all you care about. Just, okay, I got it through. I get it through. Let's get to max speed. Let's double up our card advantage. Again, all of our card advantage. Again, including the first card of the turn. Just like, yeah, I just draw 2. Okay, everyone's really jealous. Okay, cool. Of course, you can also take advantage of other cards like Murgonda Raceway that also have start your engines. Okay, so you can actually start your engines even earlier with this kind of a commander deck, which is awesome. That being said, you can also take advantage of the max speed, tap for 1, or max speed, tap for 2. So yeah, just being able to go like, oh yeah, an actually good Temple of the False God. Sorry for everyone out there who likes Temple of the False God, but I think it's a absolutely terrible card that is usually not very good at all, except for in like land-specific decks that are like really heavy on lands that can guarantee that they can do that. Anyways, just having a land that goes, okay, I tap for 2 very quickly and give you extra mana. Lovely. Homunculus Horde. Hey, a 2/2 Homunculus for 4 mana in blue. Whenever you draw your second card, each turn create tokens, copy this creature. Yeah, we already talked about Scoot Swarm and how just absolutely insane it can get with exponential growth. This also get insane with exponential growth. And again, with any time you draw a card, again, your commander's got that max speed. Now you're drawing 2 instead. So essentially, you just hit this every single turn if you got any kind of way to draw cards. And of course, you're in blue. You got plenty of ways to draw cards on your opponent's turns, plenty of ways to draw repeat card advantage. It's amazing. Or how about Frantic Search? Take advantage of cards like this that are usually at parity. Draw 2, discard 2, untap 3 lands. Again, it's basically a free spell for you. Again, 3 mana, untap 3 lands. You might even get more back if you got like Murgonda Raceway or whatnot. That being said, with your commander, it's draw 4, discard 2. So it's a free, hey, you just get 2 cards. Why not? Or like a Brainstorm type card, draw 3, put 2 on top. Yeah, you're drawing 6 instead. Again, the actual additional card advantage you're getting out of certain cards is insane. Speaking of which, Teferi's Age's Insight, you know what? Let's just double that up to Legendary Enchantment for 4 mana. You draw a card except the first you draw on each of your draw steps, draw 2 instead. Again, getting even more card advantage out of all the things you're already getting card advantage out of. What's not to love about that? Again, a commander that is from a set that is, even though it wasn't that long ago, is already forgotten by many. Like, you know what? Let's just ignore that. All those wacky racer type characters, and no one likes those. No, they're bad. No. There's a lot of great things out of that set, including this commander, which can be really, really powerful. Again, think about it in its final form. Low to the ground commander that gives you no maximum hand size and also doubles up your card advantage. Absolutely insane. Pick it up, check it out, build around it. And with that, this episode is coming to a close. Comment below with your thoughts on it. And of course, as always, thanks again and have a good one. This show and episodes like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. If you're looking for an easy way to help support this show, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any new episodes. You can also go check out our playmats and other merchandise at thecommandersquarters.com. Another easy way to support this show is with our TCG player affiliate links. So whether you're buying a deck or individual cards, you can use this general link right here or one in the description. And the final way that you can support this show is by supporting us directly by becoming a patron. There are many benefits to being a patron, and I truly couldn't do this without all of their support.